Hey Lucy, it's been 2 months since you married my son. When will your family fulfill that promise? Or are you going to break your promise and pretend you don't know anything?
Hi, Brooklyn. What's wrong? I don't quite get it. What promise are you talking about?
Oh, I know all about it already. You and your family are just a bunch of liars. Your dad had the audacity to announce at the wedding that he would buy my son a house as a wedding gift. It's true that my family was foolish to trust you and your deceitful family.
Oh, the promise of the house? I have made it clear to Chandler and you that my family's company is facing financial difficulties right now. We need to collect all the money to get through this challenging time, so my dad can't buy a house for my husband and me right away. I've already explained this to both you and Chandler, and you both agreed to understand my father's situation. But wait, why are you saying my dad bought a house for your son alone? My dad made it clear that it was for both Chandler and me.
Sure, you talked about how your family is having a hard time, but I wouldn't allow your family to delay buying a house, right? It's just your excuse. And of course, the house will belong to my son alone. Why are you so surprised? Think of it as a compensation fee your father has to make for my son to marry you.
Compensation? What do you mean?
Oh, come on. We all know what I'm talking about. You know I never liked you from the very beginning, do you? If it weren't for you seducing my son, driving him crazy, and getting pregnant, he wouldn't have felt obligated to marry you. If it wasn't for your pregnancy, you could never be my daughter-in-law. My poor Chandler was deceived, thinking he was happy. But I'm asking you seriously, it's just the two of us here, and I promise to keep it a secret. So tell me honestly, is the pregnancy in your belly Chandler's or not?
What? What kind of woman do you think I am? I never asked for anything from your family, and I certainly didn't seduce Chandler or trick him into marrying me. We love each other, and the pregnancy was a beautiful surprise for us both. When I found out I was pregnant, I never held Chandler responsible or used the pregnancy to threaten him. Chandler himself said he wanted to marry me and was excited about the baby. And yes, I know you don't like me. So Chandler and I have moved to another place to avoid causing you any more concern. Brooklyn, I hope you'll stop these baseless suspicions and stop meddling in Chandler's and my life.
Oh, why do you have to react in such an insolent, disrespectful, hasty way? Do you even want to ban me from seeing my son anymore? I could have predicted it. You're just a gold-digging opportunist trying to take advantage of my son's love. You don't think I know what you're up to?
Are you out of your mind, Brooklyn? What plan? You're drowning in illusions with your fanciful stories.
Oh, don't think you can escape this, you cunning little snake. After putting it all together, I figured out your family's horrible plan. Your family isn't as rich as you claim. It's all a scheme between you and your father. You're actually a professional scammer, specializing in seducing gentlemen, making them fall in love with you, then exploiting them for their money and property. And now, I doubt if you're even pregnant or if it's all just an act. Don't think I'm too old to see through your tricks.
Why would I do such a thing? I haven't done anything you're accusing me of. If I were really capable of deceiving others like that, why would I settle for Chandler but no other rich and successful man? Your thoughts about me are completely misguided.
Oh, so you think my son is useless, incompetent, and unworthy of your love? You're such an uneducated girl. Your parents failed to raise you as a decent person. If you don't love my son and are just after my family's wealth, then you better divorce him and find someone else to deceive. As long as I'm here, you won't get away with it.
Brooklyn, you should be cautious about mocking and criticizing others. I've never boasted about my family's wealth, but we're not poor enough to resort to dirty tricks. If you continue to insult my parents like this, I'll never talk to you anymore.
Oh, trying to run away? Not so fast, I'm not done yet. Didn't my mother-in-law give you her precious heirloom ruby necklace on your wedding day? And she even gave you an additional $100,000 for the baby? Give them back to me immediately. Unbelievable! She wouldn't give me that necklace for decades, even though I begged her, but she gave it to you. Since you're young, you probably can't take care of it properly, so give it to me to keep.
No? Why should I give it to you? Nana gave it to me as a symbol of being accepted into the Riggs family. She even mentioned that I should pass it off to my future daughter-in-law or daughter. And she specifically warned me not to give it to you because she thought you might sell it.
What? Are you bad-mouthing your mother-in-law? So you think I'm unreliable and money-hungry and would do anything for money? I can't believe you have the audacity to curse your mother-in-law like that. I'm going to show this text to your father-in-law and Chandler so they know how disrespectful you are to me.
Really? If you want to show this message to others, be sure to include the parts where you insulted me, my family, and my unborn baby.
You dare to threaten me? Well, you're my daughter-in-law after all. I shouldn't be too harsh on you, right? But still, I think it could all be resolved easily if you just gave me the $100,000 that Nana gave you.
But that money was given to me to prepare for the baby, right?
Oh, come on. It's still more than 6 months before the baby is born, and who knows if the baby will even come or not. So you should just give it to me now and I'll invest it. I have a surefire investment project that will bring in a lot of interest, but I'm short on cash. So if you give me the money, I'll invest it and make much more for you to prepare for the baby. It's a win-win, isn't it?
Are you out of your mind? How can you even suggest something so heartless and callous about your own grandchild? Your greed knows no bounds, does it? I won't let you exploit my child for your selfish gains. I'll talk to Chandler about this and let him deal with you.
Hey Lucy, has Chandler mentioned me to you these days? It's been over a week since he was this angry with me. This is the first time I've seen him so upset.
Actually, yes. Chandler asked me not to talk to you anymore. But I've been a bit busy these past few days, so I forgot to block you. If you don't have anything important to say, I'll delete your number.
Wait a minute, Lucy. Please listen to me for a moment. I contacted you today because I want to apologize. I'm truly sorry, Lucy. I acted and said things in a hurtful way, and I deeply regret it. I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me, and maybe advise Chandler to do the same. That day, Chandler made it clear to me that your unborn baby is my grandchild, and I deeply regret the cruel words I said about the baby. But I admit, you haven't always given me a good impression either. Nevertheless, I want to make amends. Can you find it in your heart to forgive me too?
I'm still not quite sure what you're apologizing for, Brooklyn. What exactly do you think is my fault in this situation?
Well, you're a girl, and it was careless of you to let things get this far without taking precautions. But despite that, I've forgiven you for being, let's say, a bit imprudent. Shouldn't you also forgive me for being a mother who loves her son and wants to protect him from harm, even if I went too far?
So, is this your apology? Or are you trying to justify your actions and mocking me, Brooklyn?
Of course it's an apology, my dear daughter-in-law. I'm truly sorry. I know you're a generous person. Will you find it in your heart to forgive me? By the way, I heard you're experiencing severe morning sickness and can't handle the housework?
Yes, that's correct. What's your point?
Well, I was thinking I should help take care of you and your husband during this difficult time. You can't expect Chandler to handle all the housework and cooking while you're unwell, can you? Hiring a maid would cost a fortune, but I'm offering my assistance at a very reasonable price, just $100 an hour. Isn't that a great deal?
Wait, are you suggesting that you move in with us and charge us for helping out? That sounds like a business arrangement, not genuine help. Besides, $100 an hour seems way too high. My best friend recommended a maid for just $60 an hour.
Oh, come on. I won't just be doing housework and cooking. I'll also take care of you during your pregnancy, help you relax, and prepare for the baby. I'll prepare delicious and nutritious meals for you, and even accompany you to prenatal appointments when Chandler is busy.
I don't think I can bother you that much, Brooklyn, but I think we can manage. We'll figure out a solution without any extra charges. Thank you for apologizing, though, and I'll talk to Chandler about it.
Oh, come on, Lucy. Please give me a chance. Can't you see how much your child will suffer without their grandmother's love? Don't you feel sorry for him, growing up without that special bond? And what if he finds out that it was you who caused the conflict between his father and me, robbing him of a loving relationship with his grandmother? He might resent you for that one day. Don't you think about what's best for the baby?
Well, that does sound reasonable, but...
No need to feel awkward. I've already packed my things and I'm on the train heading to your house. I'll probably be there in 5 minutes. Let's get the bedroom ready so I can rest. Sitting in trains for a long time makes me feel sleepy.
Wait, hold on. Why are you in such a rush? I haven't agreed to let you move in here yet.
I just can't wait any longer, Lucy. My heart aches at the thought of my son and his family going through tough times without my support. I want to be there for you right away, to be the loving grandmother you guys need.
I understand your intentions, but it's not that simple. We all need some time and space to figure things out. Rushing into things won't solve the conflicts between us.
But I know you, Lucy. You're kind-hearted and selfless. I'm sure you'll find it in your heart to forgive me and let me be a part of this family's life.
Forgiveness takes time, especially after everything that's happened.
You think I'm not good enough for my own son and grandchild, don't you? You're just trying to keep me away because you despise me.
Brooklyn, I'm really tired right now and I don't want to argue with you. If you want to stay, I suggest waiting until Chandler comes home from work. You can talk to him together and see if it's possible for you to stay for a while.
Hey Lucy, where have you been? I went up to your room to call you down for breakfast, but I didn't see you anywhere. Where did you have to go so early?
Oh, I forgot to tell you. I had a doctor's appointment this morning, so Chandler took me there early. And this afternoon, we're meeting friends, so we won't be home until 3 p.m. You'll have to eat alone this afternoon.
So you mean I'll be home alone at home until the afternoon? Oh, what a great opportunity.
Opportunity for what?
Well, I mean, it's a chance for me to have a relaxing day. I've worked really hard taking care of you the past week, right?
Oh, I see.
So, you and your husband enjoy the rest of your fun times. By the way, this morning, I made you a very delicious glass of orange juice. It's in the fridge and you must drink it all. Don't share it with Chandler.
Huh? More orange juice again? You've been giving me orange juice for a week now.
Fresh orange juice is excellent for pregnant women. It'll make the child smarter and more beautiful, so you must drink it. But today's cup of orange juice will be extra special because I added a very special ingredient.
Oh, that's interesting. It's my turn to meet the doctor now. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, when you return, remember to drink the orange juice. Hey Lucy, have you finished that special orange juice yet?
The orange juice was drunk.
Haha, that's wonderful. I can finally carry out my plan. So, how are you feeling in your stomach? Any pain or unusual sensations?
Plan? What do you mean by plan?
I mean the plan to welcome the first grandchild. I'm eager to know the status of your unborn baby.
Do you want to know about the results of today's pregnancy test? The doctor said the baby is very healthy and will be born this November. However, my body lacks some nutrients, so I need to supplement them.
No, that's not what I care about. I want to know how you feel after drinking that glass of orange juice.
I actually didn't drink that orange juice. Alice drank it.
Alice? What is Alice doing there? Isn't she on her honeymoon with her husband?
Alice just arrived. She said she had something important to announce to the whole family. And since she knew you were at my house, she came to visit you too. When she arrived, I was in the changing room. When I came down, I saw her drinking a glass of orange juice from the fridge because she felt very thirsty after the long journey.
What? Why did you do that? I made it very clear that only you could drink that orange juice.
I know, but what's wrong with letting Alice drink it too?
All right, I can buy it again. Luckily, Alice is not.
What's wrong with Alice? Oh my gosh, something's going on with her. She's complaining of a stomachache and is struggling here. It's scary. Alice is bleeding.
What? Why did that happen? It can't be. The seller told me the drug has no side effects on normal people, only works for pregnant women. Could it be? Call an ambulance now! Oh my gosh, what have I done?
Brooklyn, my necklace with my ruby and my money. You took it, didn't you?
What? Are you blaming me for stealing? Why on earth would I steal such worthless things? You're being so insolent, Lucy. You probably just misplaced them and now you're accusing me?
Last night, I went back home to get money Nana gave me to pay for Alice's hospital bills. But when I opened the safe, everything was gone. Both Chandler and I were at the hospital taking care of Alice all day. Besides, all the other valuable things in the house were untouched. Only my money and necklace were taken. There was no sign of a break-in, so it must have been someone from within the house. If it's not you, then who else could it be?
How dare you accuse me of stealing, Lucy? I would never stoop so low as to steal from my own family.
If it's not you, Brooklyn, then we'll have to let the police investigate. I can't just ignore the fact that my precious belongings are missing.
Please, Lucy, don't let Nana know about this. She'll be heartbroken if she finds out the necklace is missing.
Brooklyn, I don't think it would be better if we lied to Nana. And I don't care how annoying it might be for the police. I need to find my belongings, and I won't rest until I do. They mean a lot to me, and I won't let anyone get away with stealing them.
You're so stubborn, Lucy. Can't you see how much pain our family is already going through with Alice's miscarriage? Do you really want to add more stress to the situation?
Brooklyn, I understand that Alice's situation is incredibly heartbreaking, and I empathize with her deeply. Losing a child is one of the most painful experiences a person can go through, but it doesn't mean we should ignore other issues.
Do you still have the guts to show fake pity for my poor Alice? You are the one who hurt my daughter like this. If you had listened to me and drank that orange juice yourself, the person in the hospital and suffering right now wouldn't be Alice, but...
What are you trying to say? You've been acting very strange since yesterday. Where are you now?
Do I have to ask your permission wherever I go now? I just went home to get some stuff for Alice. By the way, have you seen the glass of orange juice that Alice drank yesterday? I've looked all over the house, but that cup is nowhere to be found.
Huh? What do you want to find that cup for?
I just think that no one has washed it and left it since yesterday. So there might be flies, and it could pollute the living environment, affecting you as well. After all, there's still one pregnant woman in the house. I have to be very careful so you don't have to suffer like Alice right now.
Oh, are you really that heartless? Do you really care about me, or are you just afraid of getting caught for your evil plot? I can't believe you would do such a cruel and heartless thing to your own daughter-in-law and grandchild.
What? What have I done to you? Aren't you and that filthy kid still alive? What more do you want?
What do I want? I want you to pay for your evil deeds. I want justice for Alice's lost child, and I want to protect the life of my unborn child.
Are you out of your mind? Why would you accuse me of such terrible things? Do you really think I would harm my own grandchild? I didn't even know Alice was pregnant and was at your house. How could I possibly plan to harm her? Furthermore, Alice is my biological daughter. It's so heartbreaking to have lost a grandchild, and now I'm falsely being suspected of being the killer? This is too much.
Stop pretending and playing the victim. I never said you plotted to harm Alice, but you plotted to kill my unborn child.
What? This is absurd. How can you accuse me of something so heinous? I've been taking care of you for a week, and now you're doubting my intentions and calling me a murderer?
Do you really care about me? Or is it all an act? You treated me well, gaining my trust and my husband's trust, only to carry out a malicious plan in secret. You bought a strong dose of abortion pills from the black market and mixed it in a glass of orange juice yesterday morning, hoping I would drink it unsuspectingly. But your plan backfired when Alice accidentally drank it instead, becoming a pawn in your wicked scheme and saving my life. Isn't that the truth?
What? That's preposterous! You're making up stories to kick me out of the house, aren't you? Who's to say that Alice's condition is because of me? Who's to say what you're doing when it's just the two of you?
I'm not making this up. I accidentally found the empty pill bottle next to the trash can in the yard when I came home. I sent a picture to a friend who's a doctor, and he confirmed it was a banned abortion pill only available on the black market. And the test results of the orange juice I took showed there was an abortion pill in it. If I had actually drunk it...
No, it can't be true. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't put any drugs to harm your child. If this baby is a burden, preventing Chandler from finding a better woman, I can't be blamed for wanting it gone. Once this child is out of the picture, Chandler can love freely and date someone kinder, more beautiful, and more successful than you.
How can you be so cruel? That's your biological grandchild.
I said that child is not my grandchild. All children born out of wedlock are disgusting and don't deserve to live.
How can you say something so heartless? What will Alice think when she hears her own mother say that her child is unworthy of life?
What does Alice have to do with this? Don't try to change the subject. I've raised her to be a good and educated girl, not someone like you.
Actually, Brooklyn, there's something important that Alice came to tell everyone yesterday. She is 1 month pregnant. But before she could say anything, something terrible happened.
What? Pregnant for 1 month? But she's only been married for a week. How could...
Yes, you're right. Alice was pregnant before the wedding. So if you're going to scold anyone, it's like you're scolding your own daughter.
That's not true. I didn't cause Alice's miscarriage. It was you. You knew there was an abortion pill in that orange juice and deliberately gave it to Alice to drink, just to punish me. You're the real killer here.
I didn't know that Alice was also pregnant because she wanted to wait until you got home before talking. It's you who caused everything. If it weren't for your greed and old prejudices, nothing would have happened. I'm not going to give anything to you, Brooklyn.
Lucy, please. I didn't mean for things to go this far. I was just trying to teach you a lesson, to show you that you need to be careful and responsible. I'll return your necklace and money. Just please, keep this between us. I can't bear the shame and humiliation if everyone finds out.
No, Brooklyn. What you did is unforgivable. It's not just about the necklace and money. Teach me a lesson? By poisoning me and putting my baby's life at risk? That's not a lesson, that's a crime. I won't tolerate this kind of behavior, not from anyone, not even my own mother-in-law.
Please, Lucy, have mercy on me. Alice can have another baby, but if she knew the truth, it would devastate her. She would lose the only mother she had left.
How can you use Alice's pain to manipulate me? It's sickening. You should be ashamed of yourself, Brooklyn. I can't believe you would stoop so low.
I'm begging you to think about Alice's well-being. She's already suffered enough. Don't drag her into this mess.
I can't believe you can say such heartless, cruel words. But I understand the heart of Alice, a mother who has just lost her child, and I will not let her live in sadness for the rest of her life. I will tell everyone everything.
I'm sorry, Lucy. I'm sorry, Alice. But please, I can't lose everybody. I can't lose my family.
Sorry, it's too late now. I didn't want to lie, so I showed everyone in the family, including her father-in-law, Chandler, Alice, and her husband, my phone, and they saw all your cruel and sinful confessions. All of them are very angry and have made their own decisions to protect the rest of the members. My father-in-law said they would divorce you, and Alice and Chandler also said they would cut ties with you. And of course, you will also have to pay the price for both plotting to harm others and stealing. Goodbye, Brooklyn. We'll meet again in court. As for Brooklyn, her actions had caught up with her. The police investigation exposed her theft and poisoning attempt. The evidence against her was strong, and she was arrested and charged with attempted murder and stealing. In the courtroom, Brooklyn was found guilty of her crimes, and the judge handed down a sentence of 10 years in prison. It was a harsh punishment, but it reflected the severity of her actions. So, after all the drama with Brooklyn, things in our little family were turned upside down. My father-in-law reflected on his life with Brooklyn, realizing that their marriage had been built on a foundation of lies and manipulation. He couldn't continue to be with someone he could no longer trust or respect. The love they once had seemed to wither away in the face of Brooklyn's true nature. Chandler was devastated to learn about his mother's true nature and decided that he couldn't stay associated with her. It was a difficult decision, but he knew he needed to protect his own family's happiness. So, he cut ties with Brooklyn for good. Alice was heartbroken by the loss of her child and felt betrayed by her own mother. She needed time to heal and find herself again. She chose to distance herself from Brooklyn and focused on rebuilding her life. And as the months went by, Alice found the strength to heal from her past wounds. And in a wonderful twist of fate, Alice found out that she was pregnant again. It was a bittersweet moment, knowing she had lost a child before, but she was determined to cherish this new life and give her child all the love and care they deserve. Many years passed, and we had grown closer as a family, cherishing the love and support we had for each other. Life had its ups and downs, but we faced each challenge together, knowing we could rely on one another. However, there was one peculiar thing that started happening. My family noticed a homeless woman frequently showing up at their house. At first, they didn't pay much attention, assuming she was just passing by. But as time went on, her presence became more persistent and noticeable. One day, I decided to approach the woman to see if I could offer any help. To my surprise, the woman turned out to be none other than Brooklyn. Time had not been kind to her, and she looked frail and worn out. But when Brooklyn saw me, she tried to run away, and from then on, Brooklyn was never seen again.